Y'all probably can't even hear me. Anyways. I don't know what to do. I wanted to paint myself red, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I actually look very sick. I don't know. I don't even know if you can hear me. You should tell me if you can hear me. This is what happens when you don't go outside. Look at how sallow I look. I look sallow. Let me see. It's good enough. Okay. We actually might do something actually low-key basic because like I'm kind of sleepy. I couldn't get to sleep last night. Let me see. I'm like stuck between what I want to do. I might just do something basic. Yeah, we're just gonna do something basic. Next time we'll do something crazy. All right. If I keep looking over here, that's where my laptop is. See, I have like, it's not even stage fright. I don't know what the fuck. I just haven't been feeling like, I don't know, putting on makeup, doing anything. Like the only time I would ever like put makeup on was to like go to those like job interviews and stuff like that. But other than that, I wonder if you can even see. I kind of have the mirror situated a certain way. Okay. But yeah, like I haven't really been feeling like putting on makeup, you know? There's no reason to. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to fucking do. And the last time I put makeup on was to go to the NBA and have my life destroyed. But yeah, I was like gonna paint myself red and make myself like kind of like this little devil character. But I can't, I don't know. I don't know if I have the spirit in me to do it. Um, but for some strange reason, that like situation at the NBA was like, you know what? Why don't you just like, I don't know, stream? Maybe it'll make yourself feel better. Who knows? But then I had like a super terrible headache last night, and I didn't get enough sleep, so that's why this is actually a little late. It might not have been because I think 24 hours. It might have been 3 o'clock. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I thought it was like 2 o'clock when I had said that yesterday. We're just laying a base down. Let me check something. Look, if no one comes in here, then no one can say I didn't stream, and then I can like not have an anxiety attack. So this is actually very good. That's the way I see it. Cause low key, I was like feeling so guilty every time I would say that I would come and like stream, and I did it. And I'm like, I don't even think I'm like that important to be like disappointing anybody, but like, I don't know. I was feeling it. I was like, I definitely said I would, and then I totally like didn't. Let me see. Okay. I was checking something. Anyways, so yeah, not to say that I'm like anybody important to like feel like I'm low key like disappointing anybody, but I was like feeling like I was disappointing people every time I kept saying that I was gonna stream and then I like didn't stream. I was like, oh no, because like I really did want to, but I was just like, I don't know, like I was just going through it. I don't know. Like I just wasn't. You see that bullshit? And I used to love that color too. What the hell? I mean, granted, it's not in the best shape, but I didn't think I busted it enough for it to be sliding out of here like that. I might just do like actually like a signature me look, which is the pink and purple, because that's like what's coming up off the top of my damn head right now. Because I was gonna make myself red. I was gonna like make myself like this red like Valentine's devil type thing, but like I can't get the machinations of that together in my head right now. So we just gonna do something real simple. Um, because like I said, I had like really bad headache last night and it was like really fucking crazy. Um, it hurt so bad and it was like, I don't know. I was like ready to go to bed and then it was just like this super strong headache. And so I couldn't sleep. Like I don't think I went to sleep until like maybe 3, which I mean back in the day, like I used to stay up that late, but I don't know. These days I don't really stay up that late. Like who wants to be alone in their thoughts for that long? That's crazy. Um so we're gonna do the pink and purple, the signature. There's actually like a bunch of different ways you can do it. Like the easiest way, I guess, for beginners. Am I saying that right? I guess it depends on how easy you learn stuff because I can use a cream and I feel like that is easier for some people to just use like the cream color, smudge it out with your fingers and then put the powder on top. But I also think to myself, like a lot of people don't use cream products. So IDK, maybe powder would be easier. But I feel like the cream kind of gives you the pigment faster. But I've already set with a kind of like a white base, so I won't have to do that. But if you want like high impact color, you can do both. You can have like a light base on the eye, and then you can put the cream on as long as you are being very sparing about what you have. And you also have to be mindful because if you use too much, it'll crease. Um, but I feel like lately, I mean, not even lately, because I don't really put on makeup like that anymore these days. But like, I never really cared about like creasing because it's just like I don't know, my eye be creasing, so it's just like whatever. Um, I don't know. People make such big deal about like a lot of like makeup imperfections and stuff like that, and it just be like I don't know, man. It's gonna happen. Like when my smile lines get all creasy, I'm just like it annoys the hell out of me, but I also am just like it's just gonna happen. There's like nothing. I've tried everything, so it's just like whatever. You're old, so just get over it. But we're gonna use the color Becky. I never thought I would say that during Black History Month. I'm so sorry. It's just the name of the color. I was gonna use the pink in this one, but I've like literally used it all up. So that's like one of my favorite colors, hot pink. So we're gonna tap off the excess. Normally, I actually don't do that. Um, but for the sake of maybe teaching others good habits, I wonder if Silky's gonna come in here. Yes, I'm streaming something. Did you want something? No. Mm-mm. Check to see if there's any towels that need to be cleaned. But yeah. So usually I actually just put the pigment on and then that's it. But if you're new, I wouldn't actually suggest doing that because it's hard to blend if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And it's not to say that I know what the fuck I'm doing because I really don't. But like, I don't know. I just be going for it. I've always done that with my makeup. I don't know. Maybe that like is a testament to how quickly I learned how to do the type of makeup that I do, because like I guess other people it would take like a little bit longer to do what I was doing at the time. But like I was always just going for it. Like I don't know. I kind of miss the creativity I used to have when I like first got into makeup, because I feel like I was like so gung ho, like just doing anything. Like I completely shaved my eyebrows off and I would just like paint the constellation as eyebrows. But like I don't do that shit anymore. I'm so fucking like, I don't know, not as creative. I don't know what happened. Like I used to be so creative. I mean, I'm not saying I'm like not still creative, because like I still think of like these like ideas, but it's just like I just don't have the motivation to do it. So we just gonna blend these edges. This is actually like the last brush I bought before I didn't have any money. It's the M433 brush. M433. It's actually a really nice Morphe brush, and they're like not expensive. But I know a lot of people don't like Morphe. Understandable. I understand that shit, but their brushes are actual brush is actually pretty good. Their base products though, I'm not sure. Like I've never like worn any of that stuff. I have had their eyeshadow palettes, but I didn't like them. I think I gave them all away. I think I had like 2 or 3 of them in my lifetime, and I think I gave them all away. I wasn't too keen on them. Like I don't know. I just already had like really pigmented stuff, and like I don't like when an eyeshadow palette. I was more lenient on it before, like an eyeshadow palette being so huge, but it's really annoying when like eyeshadow palettes are. I feel like it shouldn't be bigger than this. This is even too big to me, but I'm just like even bigger than this. It's just like too much. But most of those Morphe palettes are like huge, and like I feel like I never used all of the colors. They were always like very close to each other in color, so it's just like I don't know, like what am I paying for? Like this is just kind of like ridiculous. And then it was just like, especially when Morphe first came out, it was like basically crown brushes. So it's like you could go other places and get like the same shit, like BH Cosmetics, like they were all like made by the same company. So I can't attest to their quality now. Like I'm sure it's like better. Now that they aren't owned, I forgot the word that they use for those type of companies, where they kind of all get the same formulation from like this the same like supplier, but they just like change the packaging. There's like a word for that, but yeah, that's what they used to do. So it was just like it was kind of just like purposeless, and I didn't see the point. But I do think if you're somebody who's like maybe like a beginner, or they're like a makeup artist, like I don't understand a makeup enthusiast that has a lot of palettes unless they're already like somebody who just collects every palette, why you would need a Morphe palette. But if you're like a beginner or like a makeup artist that is like a beginning makeup artist, because I don't understand. I mean, not to say I don't understand like a makeup artist using Morphe, but it's just kind of like they're better palettes that are like more so artistry driven that you could use in your kit that isn't a Morphe palette. But I feel like a lot of like those Instagram makeup artists, they kind of use those. And like I said, there's like nothing wrong with it, but I just kind of feel like Morphe is something that like anybody can get. So like when you're like doing doing makeup gigs, I don't know, it's like you're using Morphe. I don't know. I mean, it gets the job done, but I always hear people like making those comments about like, oh, when somebody does my makeup and they like bring a palette that like I already have, it's kind of like, I don't know. But it does have a lot of color. Very versatile. But I just had so many eyeshadow palettes. Like, oh my God. Like, even still, like, I've gotten rid of so many of them, but I still feel like I have way too many. But I do that with any, like, new obsession. Like, anytime I become obsessed with something, it becomes a problem. I'm so glad that I, like, stopped doing that. But I'll become obsessed with something and, like, completely blow, like, all of my money on it. Being so ridiculous. I mean, obviously I can't do that now because I don't have a fucking job. And that's been a humbling experience. But when I first got into makeup, Oh no! I very much felt like I had to have like every new palette like that ever came out. And it took a long time to kind of get out of that mindset. Because it's like especially bad if you're like that person. I feel like I experience FOMO so badly. Like anytime something happens and I can't be a part of it, I'm just like shattered. I want to be in the know. I want to know the new things. I want to have all of the experiences so that I can like speak on some shit. And maybe that's like the whole tastemaker thing that I was like, I wish I was like a tastemaker or like an influencer or something, because I feel like that's very much in my personality to like try a bunch of different stuff and like recommend it to people. But I didn't see it as like a viable thing when it was like first popping off. I feel like I should have like seen that in the future, and like I felt like it would have been easier to do it. But now I feel like so old. Like, I don't know. I feel like the girls that are out now that are my age, they have like been in the game for a while. And it's not that I don't think that I'm a good makeup artist, but I just don't think I'm doing anything special, you know? Who knows? It's just me rambling. This is exactly why I haven't been streaming. Because I feel like I've been so pessimistic lately. Like, just so weird. Lacking the energy, lacking the motivation. And when you don't have those things, it's just like, you know, why do I want to like come and be creative and like show myself to people if I'm like not feeling my best, you know? And I still kind of feel that way. Like I was thinking to myself, that's why I'm like so glad like there's only like 2 people here, and I'm pretty sure one of them is me. Because I just get really nervous about stuff like this, because I'm just like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Because I don't think I'm doing anything like special or unique. Like, I don't know. I feel like all the people that know how to do makeup, they know how to do it. And all the people that like want to be taught, there's like so many other people that can teach you. And I know people ask me, but it's just like, I don't know. I just be like, I'm like stressing about nothing. I don't know. I just feel like I'm always like that. I feel like I make everything more complicated than it really needs to be. Because I just feel like a bunch of people say that like they want to see this kind of thing from me, so I should just like accept that implicitly and just like stop being a baby. But like, I don't know, it's hard. I was supposed to talk about how much I wanted to kill the NBA, but I guess this is like not happening. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the crease after talking about that. I like to do it the more rounder, the better for me, because I have kind of smaller eyes. And it just makes your eyes look bigger, you know? What I'm appreciating about streaming on YouTube is that I can play music. Because I wasn't able to play music before on Periscope because it was like on my phone and all I had was my phone, but like I'm doing this on my laptop. So loving that. And I don't have to trust Alexa, even though there's no Alexa here, to give me the bangers. All right, there we go. So I make it really huge. I usually don't do an all the way cut crease. I feel like I've explained that in a stream before, why I never do that. It just doesn't look as great on my eye. Maybe it's just me. So then I connect the line here. And it just makes my eye look so much bigger. So let's gather some color again in this little fake flash palette. It's so funny because I was like watching Lawrence Chaney's like YouTube, and they were talking about how like they were using this is the iMagic flash color palette, and you get it from like Amazon for like $14, but it is pretty much a straight up dupe, if not a complete duplication. Like, I really think that this is the same formula. Oh, I'm out here dropping it. I really think it's the same formula as the Makeup Forever one. It just is a different packaging. because I feel like it performs about the same. Like I've never had any problems with it. Like it's never given me acne. It feels like pretty much a cream paint that you would normally wear. It's thinner in consistency than like Clown White. So I use the white for my eyes because Clown White is very thick. I do not understand people who cut their crease with Clown White unless they are like a drag queen, and even then I'm like, what the fuck? Because it's so fucking thick. And it feels uncomfortable, like, and it sucks because like when I first got into like doing kind of like clown makeup stuff, all I knew was Clown White, and so like when you put on white makeup when you're black, it's really difficult to get consistency, like overall opaqueness, consistency, so it doesn't look fucking streaky. A lot of the time I find it doesn't look streaky, but like I can see my beauty blender pounds. Because it's so fucking thick, like it's like pressing into itself and it picks it back up. Like, and you can feel it. And granted, you can feel these like cream colors, but like you can get the same amount of opaqueness without it feeling as thick as the Clown White, I guess is what I'm saying. But yeah, Clown White is so thick. It's like the worst. That's like the worst to me. I haven't used them all. I think I've used Maron, Clown White, which I think is by Ben Nye, I think. I've used this little eye magic thing. I feel like I used another one. I used that Kat Von D concealer before. It actually was like not too bad. There we go. See, the only thing is it looks so much darker on this side because it's like purple. All right. Yeah, because this one looks like pink. Why is this happening? Well, obviously pink and white make pink, but I figured this one would make more purple, but I guess it didn't. Never the mind. We can cover that with something. But yeah, so like I was just like not feeling up to streaming, being very sad. I don't know why. No motivation to do anything. But I'm just like, who has in this like fucking pandemic? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like, I've just been applying for jobs. I've put the majority of my energy into doing that and like fucking playing Overwatch. Like, that's the best that I can do for myself at this point. And keeping my clothes organized, like those are like the only things that I have like the mental capacity for right now. Like nothing else. I don't even know how I'm doing this stream. It's by the grace of God. You know, I wonder if people are talking to me. It doesn't show me. I feel like I'm out here talking to myself, which is completely fine unless I'm completely ignoring people talking to me. If so, it doesn't show up. So you don't have to blame me. Don't come for me. All right. This just makes me miss my hair being done this way, like my pink and purple hair. I miss that. All right, we're gonna fade it forward. Starting to look a little something. I don't know. I have this like web camera. I don't even know if it's like it's supposed to stream in 1080. But I don't know if this light, I don't, no, see, I don't like that. That's better. I look less sick. I don't know. Yeah, I have this web camera that I was supposed to be using for Twitch. I have the Twitch. I just haven't like set all of the stuff up yet because I'm just like, I don't know what to play on there. Because when I see most people on Twitch, like the stuff that they're playing is like Genshin Impact, which I'm just like, I don't think I'll ever play that game in my life. Like I don't have the time for that kind of stuff. Like I feel like I'm very actually susceptible to those like gotcha shits. Like, I'm not doing it. I got like trapped in this like mobile phone game. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. Like, I'm so glad that I made my way out of that obsession with that mobile game. It was like Dragon. Like, you had to put three of a kind of like certain stuff, three or more of a kind of certain stuff, and it would like transform into other stuff. And then within that, if you did that, it would like change the land and it would like give you points. I cannot remember the name of the game. I had to like delete it off my phone because I was wasting so much money on that game. Like, oh my God. So that's how I know that I was like making fun of those people, but I'm just like, you were that person. So that's why I'm just like, I can't play Genshin Impact because I just feel like I'm the type of person. I feel like all the characters should come on the game when you buy the game. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to like roll the dice. I shouldn't have to like, I don't know. Because like, I feel like winning the characters is one thing, because that's something that I've like noticed in games these days is like, you don't ever like win characters anymore. Because like, for example, I think the game that I play all the time is like Soul Calibur 2. And like, the joy of it was that by playing the game, you could like win the characters in there. You would unlock them or whatever. And Soul Calibur did a good job of actually hiding the fact that there were like certain characters. Like, it would have like certain spaces and then it would like pop up other spaces, if I remember correctly. I could be remembering wrong and maybe I'm thinking of another game. But I also like when it's like, if it isn't that game, but I like that kind of aspect. Like, by playing the game, you win characters even if you didn't know that they were coming. Because I think Brawl's like that, where you didn't know what characters were coming and then it's just kind of by chance or whatever. But the characters like come on the game. Like, you don't have to buy the characters. They're not like DLC content. For example, I got Soul Calibur, whichever one we're on, probably 14, on the PS4. And I'm like thinking, like, first of all, I've entered this game completely new. Like, I've never, it's been out for a while. So at this point, I'm feeling like all the characters should be already on there. I just have to unlock them. Baby, no. You have to buy all of those characters. It's ridiculous. Like, every new character, like, you pretty much buy the game with those characters and that's it. So if you don't spend any money, like, I don't think you win any of those characters. Like, you literally have to buy them. And I think that's ridiculous. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? And I think it's because I just haven't been playing video games like I used to when I was like younger. So like, that aspect is kind of like me re-entering that sphere. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why do I have to buy these characters? But just kind of an offshoot of that dragon game. Like, I was spending an exorbitant amount of money on there. Like, it replaced like my makeup addiction. It was me buying that game. Like, I don't know. I'm so glad that I've like freed myself from the constraints of like any like shopping addiction. I don't know if it's just like because I'm in survivor mode, but like, whew, child, I'm like very susceptible to that kind of thing. So that's why I was just like, I feel like Genshin Impact is the kind of game that I like should not be playing. Like, I don't have time. I'm not very big on RPGs anyway. It's not my thing. Is it an RPG? It's probably not even an RPG. When I watched Ty play, it looked like an RPG. That's what it looked like, so. What was I saying? But yeah, like, honestly, I still think of like going and playing that game. Like, I think I'm strong enough to like play the game and not spend any money on it. But I'm like, no. So I haven't like gone and played the game, even though it's like a really fun, it's very fun. It's very simple, but I think I got like trapped in the aesthetics of it all because it's a very cute game and it's like mystical. I sound so crazy right now. I'm just like describing this game to you. Like, it was like a legitimate problem, but like I feel like I was like probably watching like WoW Presents or like, I don't know. I feel like it's always like an advertisement on like YouTube or something or anything like that's on your phone. I feel like most people have seen this damn game, but don't play that game if you like are susceptible to that kind of thing, because that game will trick you into spending a lot of fucking money. Like I was spending a crazy amount of money, like budgeting for the month for this like dumb game. That was like 2 years ago, I think. It was like when I first started like living here. So I'm gonna do liner. I think I'm gonna be like outside of the screen a bit to do it. I'm so sorry. Everybody always gets like super quiet when they do liner, and I don't know why. I guess it's a distraction thing. I wonder if I can do it well while talking to you guys. I think I did. Or not. I remember when I went to go to the NBA the last time, and I went to go do my liner, and I feel like that set the tone for how shitty that day was. Like, I gotta be honest with you. Because I could not get my liner right. And it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was just like, holy shit. To the point where I had to like wipe one eye. And usually I'm just like, I accept it, but I was just like, no, we're gonna get this absolutely perfect. And then for what? Like nothing ended up happening. Like nothing got accomplished. I don't even know why I wasted. Well, my thought was I wanted to retake my driver's license photo because I didn't know they had flash photography. So when they took my picture that night, I was like, this isn't what I signed up for. This is not what I thought. Because there's like a difference between the way, well, obviously, there's a difference between the way you would put your makeup on when like there's flash photography versus like not flash photography. And like, if you know, you know. Because there's just like, I was just looking crazy. Let's just say that. But I think I'm just going to accept that that's my driver's license picture, and I'm going to chalk it up to hopefully the gritty filter that they put on top of the photo will kind of help me out, you know? Because that was a rough photo, and I only really kind of saw it from the dirty screen that we had between us, and I was just like, I don't like this photo, but whatever. I'm not going to. The problems were things that I couldn't fix at the time. I don't know why I didn't put my lipstick on when I got to the building. That was dumb. And so like the next time I came in, I had not put my lipstick on, and I put my lipstick in my pocket just in case I was going to ask them to retake my photo. That's how confident I was that I was going to go in there and get my freaking IDs. It was crazy. That was crazy. I almost don't even want to talk about it because low key, like anytime somebody kept asking me like, oh my God, like what happened? I would like start crying. Because it was just such a trying situation. Ordeal, if you will. A Greek tragedy, I think. I don't know if y'all can hear Bloom Bloom, but like that's a good song. And I don't appreciate the fact that the boys thinks that it's a bad song. I feel like they have, not to say I was gonna be shady and say that they have a lot of bad songs, but that's like actually not true. They have a lot of mid-tier songs, not bad ones, just kind of like mid. But I don't think Bloom Bloom is one of them. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like, that's a good song. I feel like other boy groups wish that they had that song. You know what I mean? I don't know. And another thing that makes it hard for me to do my liner straight is my eyes are uneven. One has a bigger crease than the other, so it's kind of annoying. It's always this eye that's fucked up. Even with my lash, or it's this one. Even with my lashes, when I put my lashes on, look at that. It's crazy. Like I have to kind of like put one higher than the other, or it looks uneven. I'm actually being supremely messy because I'm doing this from so far away. Usually I get really, really close up to the mirror, but today we're just like not doing that, I guess. So I ended up fucking up. It's fine though. No one will notice. I think I can camouflage it. I feel like in all the times I've like done makeup, I found so many ways to like camouflage mistakes. Because I am such a speed painter. This is actually like, I don't know. I've actually I don't know. It's been 35 minutes and I'm still on my eyes. Very much unlike me. Usually in 35 minutes, I would be like done with my makeup. But for some strange reason, when I stream, well, I mean, I guess it's because I'm talking and being distracted. It takes a bit longer. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take where I just fucked up and put that black liner and just make it into a deep crease with some black from this Huda Beauty palette. My cousin actually got this for me, so like right before Rona, to add to my kit so I could be a traveling MUA. Isn't that so funny? How life works. That's so crazy. And all I got was a stupid palette. It's actually not a dumb palette. It's actually a really nice palette. I heard the first one was bad. The only thing is the Dubai color. Even when I worked in Sephora, that color always came out. Annoying as fuck. All right. So usually I'm trying to make it into a rounder shape. I kind of skirt my orbital bone there. And with black, you want to be careful. You want to start little. You want to start small. So it looks more round. And then what you can do is you can take your original pink shadow I have here and kind of blend that out. I know, me blending, so crazy. All right, so we got to do the same on the other side. And the thing about this look is I have to use a color that is like dark enough because sometimes pinks, especially hot pinks, they like oxidize and then they literally become purple and then it doesn't work. And then like, I don't know, it's probably not really translating on this like camera that this side is pink and this side is purple. I feel like they look kind of different. I mean, the same. They look similar. Yeah. But in real life, it looks purple. And I mean, it looks pink and it looks purple. I also feel like it translates better when I have my hair too, because it like makes sense. I miss having braids. Doing my hair is like so ridiculous. And it's like not even a lot. I don't have even a lot of hair, I don't think. But I hate doing it. All right. Got it. I miss Periscope. I don't know. This pop-out chat. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Any effort to try to do anything with my smile lines, I don't wear a primer still. Maybe if I wore a primer, I wouldn't have to do this. All right. So we're going to try to put on a base. We're going to try to put on a base. I'm going to use that Juvia's Place foundation. You would think I would just have all this stuff together, right? Oh, forgot to put it in here. I'm using the color Nairobi. I'm definitely not Nairobi though. For sure, absolutely not. It is actually darker than me. I got the wrong color. Even in the grand scheme of things, I usually go a little warmer than I am because I oh, I highlight a lot. But the problem is this foundation oxidizes really fucking badly. I think I did a live stream once where I had put it all over my face and I looked crazy. And I kind of tap it over top of here. So I kind of really only use it on the areas that I need to cover because it oxidizes so orange. Like, I don't even think it oxidizes into a human's color. Like, I really think it's super orange. It reminds me of the color 400 by Fenty. It might not be the same actual color, but they kind of give me the similar vibe where I'm like, I don't think I've ever truly met anyone that was legitimately 400. Like, because the color was so orange that I'm like, I've never met anybody that is like this color naturally. Like, you wear 400 and you walk out the door. Like, it takes some kind of manipulation with it. Most of the time people would be 410, 420, or like 380, 390. Like 400 is just like, I don't know. If you're using 400, then I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you're one of like the rare people that is actually like that color. But in my travels working in Sephora, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. So we're gonna do this. And I think it's also me realizing that like I actually don't need to use so much. And I wish I knew that when I was younger, not to use so much product because I would have like saved so much product. But you really don't need that much foundation when people use so much. Like, I understand like stage performers why they use so much, but like the average human being is kind of like, why are you using so much foundation? You really don't need it. Yay. And so basically what this does is it kind of gives me like a natural contour and highlight. Can you see how orange it is? Yeah, because that's definitely not my color. You see? Look at that. Yeah. I'm actually mocha. Like, this is back when I wasn't so sallow. I don't know if it's like my color. It might be a little too dark now. But Mocha by Too Faced, a little Born This Way. This is like my exact shade. The foundation I think would actually be too dark though. But the concealer, I don't know something about it. It like matches my shade perfectly. Like, I could put Mocha on and walk out the door, and I don't think anybody would clock it. And I never have that experience. Usually I can't find shit that like matches my complexion completely. So when I first started doing makeup, like, I don't know, taking care of my skin and like making sure it was like exfoliated and all this other stuff, my face was significantly darker than my chest, but now it's not like that. It's kind of, I guess, similar now. But yeah, it was like hell finding foundation at first. Like, I thought I was what's that shade from NARS that I used to wear? Macau? I'm not Macau, clearly. But I was walking around thinking I was Macau though. Like, I was wearing Macau, but like, see it from my perspective, like the next one down was like Cadiz. That's also not my shade. Like, I don't know. NARS would skip around. This was like back in the day too. This was like 2015. I think they have a little bit more range in their foundations these days. In terms of those in between shades, because like NARS does go pretty deep. That's like one thing I've always kind of appreciated from them. Pre Fenty, before Fenty, we call it the BF. Before Fenty, they had dark shades. They just didn't have shades for. They skipped, so that was like the problem. So you would have like so many shades for like pale people, and then the little tan folks, and then like if you're like brown skin Black person, you have Macau, but like Macau is kind of like, did it use the word olive tone? I can't remember, but it was like a certain undertone, and it's just like, so if you're brown skin and you're not this undertone, then you're pretty much fucked, because like the next shade up was like New Guinea, and like New Guinea was not close to Macau, so it was just kind of like, it like really jumped 2 shades. And then it like goes into New Orleans. I don't know why I remember this. It goes into New Orleans, and New Orleans is so red. It's like brick red, if I remember correctly. It's like very red foundation. I probably would have reformulated that for most people, because I feel like not a lot of people are that red. And like when people were buying it, they were like manipulating it in some kind of fashion. Because in most cases, I feel like people weren't New Orleans, they were probably New Guinea. Because, like, I don't know. I feel like the average consumer, they know that, like, they know kind of like the basics of oxid. I can't even get my words together. They know the basics of oxidizing foundations. So they are more so concerned with like the foundation turning darker or turning redder in that demographic of Sephora that I worked in. But they also didn't consider that sometimes foundations turn gray, and that's how they oxidize. So you have to be super careful. Because that's what the Born This Way foundation did. The shade Caramel, which was like the darkest shade they had when they first came out, and that was gray. It like turned gray. Yay! That's all you need. All you need. I hear there's like surgery to like get rid of these lines. I want that. And to make both sides of my face even. That would be great. I don't even care about my smile lines. It's these. Because I feel like they make me look sick. Especially that I lost this weight from being sick that entire time. And then I got like sick again, and I lost even more weight. I feel like now my face is all gaunt. And like these are even like more deep, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I look like a creature. I don't know. Ugh. I just want to have a healthy year. Like, what the fuck? Last year was so crazy. Like, what in the hell? And then I started this year with that like food poisoning. That was the worst, like probably one of the worst weeks of my life when I had that food poisoning, because I really didn't know what the fuck was going on. And there was like so many red flags. There was like so many things that it could have been. Because I was like, I'm pretty sure it was like that chicken I got from that Korean place that like did it. But I was like fine for a little. Like I think the day that I had it, I was like sick. And then like the next day I was like completely and totally fine. And then we had eaten something else. I didn't have too much of an appetite, but we had like burrito tacos. I have like the worst accent. And I remember eating all of them. And I remember being just fine. And then I got sick again. Like, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't the tacos because like nobody else had gotten sick. And we all pretty much ate the same tacos. Yay. So if I'm going to the NBA and I know that there's going to be flash photography, we're not using this. Or if we are using this, we're going to like dust it away with some flesh tone powder. I did not do that. This looks better in video, not in camera, not on flash photography. It's not as bad as Makeup Forever's powder. That white powder, I don't know. Like we would have dark skinned girls, just black people in general, that use that powder, and I don't get it. I don't know how the hell they're using it, because like I remember I used it one time and it even feels weird. I don't know, like I really don't know how people are really seriously using it. Like it must be like when they say finishing, they're like seriously just finishing. Because like I feel like when I'm looking at this like loose powder, what I'm doing is I'm like setting my face or whatever. But like you can't put anything on top of that. That's like when they say finishing, that's it, because nothing can go over top of it. It'll literally, it's like Teflon. And they don't really like explain that to people, so people kind of misuse it. And they also don't explain that there's like hella flashback on it. Now they're a little better. It comes in 3 shades. I think it comes in, I think it's like 1, 2, 3. But even then, it's like still the texture was like very weird. It has a very I don't like it. I don't like the texture of it. It's like I can't even get like the word of the texture. I don't know. I feel like you would just have to like go to Sephora or whoever has like Makeup Forever and like feel it. Or if you've ever felt it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like I feel like I can always tell when someone's wearing Makeup Forever's finishing powder, because it's just like you can even see it sometimes. Even if you're white, like it'll set white people up. Like I don't know if you've ever seen those pictures of those like white celebrities and it looks like they're doing coke, which they may or may not be doing coke. Like who knows? You know, they're celebrities, they probably are. But it's most likely finishing powder, especially when it's like all over the face. Like you'll see it like on the cheeks and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that's Makeup Forever's finishing powder. I can always tell. Because it just has like this inconsistency. It makes things skip. So it's just like, it's never like the whole chunk. So with this powder, which is, it's the ABH1, but it's actually not the ABH1 is in there. It's a mix of the ABH1 and the Kat Von D powder, because when I left my job, we had so many Kat Von D birthday gifts left. When I think of all the times I could have stolen from my job, I want to cry. But anyways, so we had all these birthday gifts from Kat Von D, which I believe was a 2019 birthday gift. Yes, 2009 birthday gift, which came with the setting powder and the shitty ass eyeliner. I don't know how people can use that eyeliner. That eyeliner sucks. If you like that eyeliner, grow up. Like, psych, it's not like that, but yeah, it's not that great. I think I have a bunch of them. Because I stole a bunch of like the little, well, I didn't steal, they gave them to me. I don't know why I said it like that. But they gave me a bunch of like the birthday gifts. So I had like maybe 25 of them. So what I did was I went through all of the powder and dumped it all in here. And I just shook it around. And I also think it might have a little bit of the NARS Orgasm loose powder in there as well, because I think there might be a shimmer to it. I like mixing my powders like that. I add little loose powders into my setting powders because it gives you like a little shimmery finish and it's kind of cute. But now I have a bunch of those like Kat Von D liners. I gave them to my sisters though. But yeah, like I had a bunch of them. I was just like, I do not like this liner. It's too thin. I prefer a felt tip. So she had one called the ink liner. Yeah, because this is the tattoo liner. This is the one I don't like. It's a brush tip. I don't really care for brush tips because they're too thin. They're not dark enough. And they're like wobbly. I don't know. I don't like them. Like I feel like I have to put in so much effort for it to be like thick and dark. And I just like my liner to be black. You know? All right, so we're going to sculpt. I'm one of these people that have been doing makeup for almost like 6 or 7 years at this point, and I've absolutely never have bought a bronzer, ever. Yeah. Marketed as a bronzer. I've never done that. Because why? I was like that about blush too. Like I always just use eyeshadow until I started using these MAC blushes. And I really like those. Those are some really nice blushes. We're going to use one today. So we're going to bronze our skin. And I use this Life's a Drag palette. Funny story about this palette. Manny MUA sent it to me. I don't know why. He also sent me that lunar, whatever. I wasn't even doing makeup. Like I stopped. It was like during that time where I was like not streaming, not doing anything. They sent me another PR package, and I was like feeling kind of weird because I was just like, I don't really do makeup. I ended up giving it to my brother's girlfriend. Because I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna. I felt like that was like the last thing he was gonna send me. And then he sent me a brush, and I was like, oh wow, they're really doing it up this time. I feel like that has to be the last thing they sent me. Because I didn't even like review the other stuff. Like he sent me, because I had originally bought another one, so I have two of these. But yeah, he sent me another one. Then he sent me that Strawberry Dreams thing. It was all together. It was like that whole entire line. And then the next palette he came out with. But I think he skipped. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like. It was very weird that I got that most recent one because I could have sworn there was like one in the middle that didn't get sent to me. So I just kind of thought that they had like forgot about me. Well, I wasn't even thinking about them, so I forgot about them too. When I got it in the mail, my dad was like, "Oh, you got this like thing in the mail." I was like, "What the fuck?" I must be still on the PR list. They should take me off because I'm not doing anything. I don't know. Speaking of makeup, oh my god, like this lady, I meant to like tweet about it, but then I was like, this is kind of weird. I don't know. This lady that I like did makeup on like maybe a year ago, she like messaged me on Instagram, and like one thing you learn about me is I'm really bad at using Instagram. I really royally suck at it. I envy people that are super good at it because I'm not. I am definitely not good at it. I could be better for sure. But she like messaged me and she was just like, "Hey, you did my makeup and it was so good last year, girl. Um, do you remember me?" And I was just like, I think I remember you, but like I don't do makeup on people anymore. I'm so sorry." And she was just like, "Why?" And I was like, what an existential question. Like, what the hell? Like, why would you ask me that? I felt very attacked, honestly. I gotta be honest with you. I was like, first of all, we're in a pandemic, for one. Second of all, I don't want to do makeup. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's a passion, but when you like do people's makeup outside the context of you being inside of a store, it's a different thing. Like even doing like my family's makeup is a very daunting task for me. You know what I mean? Because it's never anything, I never get jobs that I'm passionate about, but then again, I never go after those jobs either. So that's like something also that could be touched on. But like, I don't know. It's like I always have to like stick within the parameters of this like thing. And I would prefer me to be like paid by the hour to do that than like me physically having my own business and like having to do that. You know what I mean? Because that's like a lot of responsibility. And like I don't want the liabilities. Like I don't want to have to fucking keep up a K. Like I don't want to fucking do all that shit. I just would rather you come to the store and I do your makeup. Like I'm not going to your house and doing your makeup. I'm not doing that shit. And one could argue that that's where the money is. But I feel some type of way about doing makeup for people because I feel like, what are you doing? You know? Why do you want me to do your makeup? Like, what could possibly be going on that you want me to do your makeup? You know what I mean? Stay home, you know? My family just invited me to go to some birthday thing, and I'm like, no. They always do that shit too, and I'm just like, last time I went and did their makeup for their like photo shoot because it was like it's just them and like whatever. But and I really needed the money. But I don't know. They always want to take everything to the extreme. And like I just feel like it doesn't make sense to me because we just lost somebody in the family to not to COVID. Why was I about to say that? That's not what I was gonna say. She mainly died of old age, but she was just like, she was very susceptible to COVID. And I feel like a lot of our family is susceptible to it. So I'm just kind of like not understanding the thought process of like, we literally just like kind of lost like 2 members of our family. And now you want to have like this dumbass party for what? You know what I mean? And it's like celebrating somebody's like fucking 50th birthday. I'm like, what is going on? Like, it doesn't make sense. And like all of them work from home. And it's like, I don't know. But what sucks is like I can't lie, like because I don't have a job. Like I literally would have to just straight up tell them I don't want to fucking go. And like my family is so ugh. Because it's like it's my extended family. And it's yeah, it's like my extended family. And I like kind of I don't know. I don't want to do it. So I'm gonna tell them no, I'm not doing it. I don't want to go outside anyway. So it's like, you want me to go outside and like, I don't really bang with y'all like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Am I wrong? 5 people that are in here. Can someone say something? Because I actually don't know if this chat works. Y'all could really be talking to me and I can't see. But anyways, am I wrong? I know I'm not wrong, but like somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Because I don't want to see them, you know? Like, I don't want to fucking... It's a pandemic. And even if it wasn't a pandemic, I kind of wouldn't want to go anyway, you know? But I would have to tell them that I don't want to go. And they're going to be like, why? And I'm going to have to tell them that I'm going to have to like have this whole conversation. And like, I don't know. I don't want to be like the bus fucking killed. I'm just like, dude, like, what is this? And again, these are people that have like the same information as me. Like, I just feel like me telling them the reason why I don't want to fucking go to this like party, like you already know why I don't want to go. So like for you to even fucking send me the invitation when you know I was freaking out about doing their makeup, and I knew that I had to do it because I needed the money to do it. But like even then I was like making such a big deal. So like, why would you invite me to a party? Like, and then they wanted me to stay after the makeover, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go, you know, because I'm just like, there's no reason. Now that I'm like, I made my money, I've done my job, I'm gonna go. But yeah. So I have to be the buzzkill in the family and be like, no, I don't want to fucking do this. For obvious fucking reasons. Can you turn on the news or something? Like, what the hell? And I'm actually surprised. For some, you know what? I'm actually not surprised. Why did I say that? Who surprised me was my dad when he wanted to have my sister's birthday at this fucking restaurant during the pandemic. Because he was like one of the main ones that like took it seriously even before like we even knew what this was. Like he was tracking it since like last November. Why are you inviting me to go to my sister's? And then so now I look like the bad guy because I was like the only one who did not go. And I had no real excuse besides there's a fucking pandemic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why do I even have to explain myself? My dad made me feel so bad for that. And I was just like, I don't care. Y'all not blaming me if something happens. I'm not going to be on the news looking like Boo Boo the Fool and wiping all y'all out. Like, no. It's not worth it. Why don't you have like a Zoom party or something? You know what I mean? Like, birthday parties aren't even that great anyway, you know? I'm trying to remember the last time I had a great birthday party. I was like 19. I don't know. I was never that serious about my birthday, you know? Even when I was younger. because I'm also the older sibling, so it's just like I don't know who gave a fuck, you know. So it's just like I don't know. It's never that serious on my birthday. So for me, it's meaningless to me that I would miss my birthday because of Rona. Like, and even if I didn't care about my birthday, still, I don't know. They just are weird. This got to be the oddest stream for me because it's like no one's talked to me this entire time, and I'm not used to this, or like me seeing nothing here. And I've had to like entertain myself this entire time. So this actually shows me that I could go on stream and just like play video games and just like entertain myself because I've done it this entire time. And it didn't feel weird until I just acknowledged it just now. But yeah, speaking of Twitch, I was just like, I was looking on there and I'm just like, I don't know, I want to be a Twitch streamer. I want to do that. I want to do that. The only thing about that whole thing is, I don't know. And I was like thinking about that too when I was like thinking of becoming like a YouTuber and stuff like that. And it's just like the level of like politicking you would have to do to kind of get anywhere. Like, not to bring up like James Charles, because it's like not really about James Charles, but like that's kind of like what I think of is like you had to smooge with these like people to get anywhere, like to get to where he needed to be. He had to like smooge. Man, he really didn't have to, but like that's just kind of just using an example of somebody who did go that way. And I feel like a lot of people do go that way. You know what I mean? They kind of like sacrifice a lot of like maybe their morals to like get somewhere in this like industry because those people are so popular. So I was thinking about like the people that be on Twitch, and like something that really made me consider it was like watching people play Among Us, even though I don't really play it anymore. I would love to play Among Us, but like I will only want to play Among Us if it's like all 10 of us. I know all of you and we're on a Discord and we're talking. Kind of like what people do on YouTube or whatever. Because I feel like that's like the only way that I would think it was like super fun. Because it's like good, especially if it's like the same 10 people and you kind of get into that rhythm of like developing meta. Like you know that this particular person does this thing and it's like, but you also know that that person knows that you know, so it like kind of develops other meta. Like I don't know, I'm weird, but like playing with strangers is not as fun to me. I always wanted to play with my buds, but we kind of like never really got into it. So whatever. But I just watch people play like Among Us, for example, and I notice a lot of like the female streamers have to like stream with these like guys or whatever. And it makes me a little uncomfortable kind of like watching interactions sometimes when you have that dynamic where you have like a female streamer or some female streamers that are playing with like guy streamers, because it's just like, it's always like some measure of like toxicity. And it's just like, you kind of just have to accept it in order to get to the next level, to like, I don't know, be a part of that kind of culture. And I feel like I'm not like that. So it would be difficult for me to like do it, you know? And not to say like I'm different, like, oh my God, like I'm like operating on like a level. Like I'm sure there's people on Twitch that agree with me and they're like battering on with their career or whatever. But like you don't really hear about them. You know what I mean? Because like when I think of like the streamers that I know, and it's not like I'm somebody who like be on Twitch like scrolling through. I'm just like an average person that just be on YouTube. Whatever YouTube recommends me, I just kind of click it, whatever. They all play with like PewDiePie and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's like what I'm trying to say. It's like you have to like play with these people. You kind of like be nice with these people in order to like get anywhere in your career. And that to me is very weird. And I don't like that, you know, because I just don't think I could do it, you know. That's just not me. But then I like think to myself, like, Not, I mean, I guess that's like not a good way to think about things anyway. But like, I'm just like, what's the purpose of doing this without like the thought of how is this going to ultimately support me? You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, if you know that you have to do this thing to get to the next level and you are unwilling to do that, it's just like, so therein, why put the amount of effort if you're like not gonna get anywhere unless you like do that? I'm like rambling. Like, I hope this is like making sense. Probably sound crazy. But those are the stuffs I think about like all the time. Like, I think of that shit like all the time. Like, how could I like enter into this like world while maintaining the things that I think are important? I don't know. Because I feel like the average person on Twitch is like, I don't know, an incel maybe? Like, is that far off? That might be a generalization, actually. But I'm sure there is a lot on there, though. I'm sure there's many. I was going to use my stacked lashes, but I don't. They actually might be over here. Hold on. You'll be really close to my chin. Yep, there they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these down. Should I stack these on top of each other? Separate. Okay. So we're going to place this one on the lash line. What lash is this? Most likely the 114s. They're either the 114s or the 113s from Kiss Lash. It's actually a black glue. I don't like this. Don't use this. I don't like it. It's weird. I prefer the transparent brush tip one because it dries. It gets tacky quicker. Like, this takes like 30 seconds unless you're like blowing on it. To get fully tacky for easy application. All right. So this one goes more on the lash line than the other one that I will stack on top if my actual lashes won't stop being weird. Usually my shits aren't fucking curly, but they're being like super curly right now. Yeah. So this one will go on the lash line. You see that? And then I have this one, and that will go on the top. Or maybe I'll put this one on the top. I wonder what that looks like. I feel like, I mean, we can try it. What do you know? Maybe I should have had this as the base lash. Maybe. It's the dark glue. Yeah, this is like purposeless. Like, I might as well have just worn one lash. These ones are huge. I like these. Those are the 131s, I think, by Kiss Lash. So we'll put these, which I think these are 113s and 114s together, like one of them, one of the others. I can't ever remember. They're like kind of similar. And then what I do is I lift the corner on the stack lash, and voila. It gives you 2 dimensions there. Which I need because my eyes are like small as fuck. All right. It's these ones. So we'll do the same here. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the type of games I would like want to play on Twitch or whatever. I just kind of play Overwatch. I guess I could play Hades on there. I'm not that great at playing Hades, and I feel like when I play Hades, I can't even fucking concentrate. Because I remember Cola was like watching me play Hades, and like I was like trying to play the game, but I was also trying to talk to her at the same time. And I was just like, I feel like I cannot do both. I can't. And I beat it a couple of times, but low key, they be coming out of nowhere with the surprising enemies that I've never seen before. Like I was just like, I feel like I've at this point, I think I've beaten it like maybe 4 or 5 times, and now I be seeing new enemies, and I'd be like, what in hell? What is your thing? I don't remember what the last creature it was that like shocked the shit out of me. But he fucking beat my ass. That's for certain. And you want to have that one be the higher one. Hold on. Yeah, see what I mean? My lashes are always so fucking wonky. Whatever. That's the best we can do. So we're gonna use not that. This pink liner. Oh, actually, no, we're not gonna use a pink liner. We're gonna use a white one. This one's by NYX. It's their Epic Wear one. This one doesn't crack as much as the other one. Yes.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
I got Sam some Norimaki.
She sure did. Yay. I'm almost done actually. What'd you get at Lotte?
Everything. Cooked kimchi, seasoned vegetables, pork belly, 2 things of beef. I couldn't really tell. One of them didn't look like the thing that we got last time. The other one did. A box of rice, some more Yule ramen.
I thought
you were writing ramen. Okay, yeah. But I really like that Yule ramen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I just bought 1 pack. But I also brought Azania, who is my best friend from like.
Yo, we went to Lotte and
cashed out because
the amount of ramen that we got is crazy. I don't know if like who knows. I miss Periscope. This is weird.
Who is this?
Well, I feel like I talk about you all the time. Keep on moving.
But yeah,
I'm almost done though.
Okay. Lasagna is out there. Lasagna just got their COVID test back, so they're cool. That's the only reason why I let them come with me.
Okay.
So just to let you know, they're all right.
Well, I'm in here. I'm fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying like if you want to come say hello, Lasagna's cool.
Okay. If she's still here after the finish my stream, I guess. I actually miss Periscope because it was a lot. The interface is a little bit easier to understand. Because it's just like, God forbid, if you guys are talking to me, I have no fucking idea. I feel like it's because I'm old and I just don't know how to like work this fucking live chat thing. It's very possible that it's both. So I take this black liner and I try to trace where I did that white liner. It makes my eyes look bigger. You know, anything to make my eyes look a little bigger. Kind of have a little bit of a droopy eye. All right. Bloop. Yay. Let's see. Really, you can't even fucking see it. Whatever. I guess you'll see the photo of it. If I take a photo, I feel like there's no reason for me to take a photo of this look. What's the purpose? It's nothing. I wanted to do like that Red Devil look. I should have done that one. But you know what? I couldn't, like, I really honestly couldn't articulate that in my brain right now. I almost missed the stream because I took a nap. Oh, I was so fucking tired. So we're gonna let that dry. If you are a person of a certain age like I am, I always have to be super careful with the liner underneath the eye because it'll bleed into my it'll bleed into my creases, which is what it's doing right now. But the way that I cheat it is by using the black liner, I can kind of erase when it bleeds, and then I kind of follow the line that does crease. Because, like, for now, while I still have this young, supple skin that I have, the crease doesn't go any further than that. So I just kind of, like, trace the crease so that it doesn't bleed anymore. That should be irritating. Oh my god. I actually might keep it this brightness here. No, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna use a MAC Dazzle shadow. These are kind of lit, like low key. I might have to. It's been a while since I've used it. I might have to bite the stop rod. Who's done this one? Oh my god. Have you ever like pulled the stopper out of your lip gloss to get like more lip gloss? I know everybody has to have. There you go. Period. Don't try that at home. Don't do that. So we're gonna use this MAC Dazzle shadow. Oh, it's kind of chunky. I haven't had it. I mean, oh yeah, I think I just had too much. I was about to say, because I was just like, I got them when I was in California, I think. But I was like, what the hell? They shouldn't be expired yet. There we go. Yay. I should put some more glitter over top of that. Or not. It's fine. I think it should be fine. All right. Yeah, you want to be careful. These are kind of like the Stila, because I feel like a lot of people don't shop at MAC. I don't know. I mean, I know people shop at MAC, but like, do you go to MAC and buy Dazzle shadows? Like, is that your thing, you know? I don't know even what made me buy these. But they're like this Stila ones. Those little, I forgot what they were called. I don't know why I'm blanking on what they're called. I can think of like the color names of all of them, but I can't think of what the actual product itself is called. It's like those, but actually they manipulate a little better. Like you can kind of blend on top of them a little bit better than the Stila ones. The Stila ones were a little more, the glitter was super chunky, and it was definitely like the last step, because if you try to do anything to your eyes after you put that down, you were just going to get glitter all over the place. Like there was just no way around it. So we're going to use this mid mascara, which is the Fenty mascara. I don't know. When I first got it, it was okay. I thought it was pretty good. But I don't know if it's because I wear lashes. But I feel like it doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't give me, it's not dark enough maybe. And since I have that thing with my eyes, I really need it to like cover, because if it doesn't cover, then it's like you can kind of see for sure that like one of the lashes is a little higher than the other. And I don't need you exposing trade secrets. All right. So we're gonna draw some lashes. Funny thing about drawing lashes is I feel like this one's always super cool, and then when I go to the other side, it looks like trash. Literally. Yeah, see, I already botched it up. Not too bad. All right. I feel like I have to use more blush. I can see it, but not enough. I'm like, what is it that's weirding me out of my face? I don't have eyebrows on. I'm like, something's missing. Yeah, there we go. And we also don't have highlight on. All right. So I almost do it to the point where it's like a clown nose. Yeah. I know it's disgusting. It's mine. All right. So I kind of blend on the nose. It was so funny because I was like looking on Twitter and they were talking about like makeup from like 2016. And it's just like a lot of those things I still do. Like I still highlight the end of my nose. Like it's a beacon. And I feel like I'm so exaggerated about it that it's like whatever. Because I'm like, I don't know. I feel like there's never a time where I'm trying to look natural. Like even when I'm trying to do a natural beat, there's always something about it that's like, wait a minute. Like I feel like I'm never trying to convince anybody that like I have a pink nose, you know? Or that my nose is in any way shaped like this, or that my eyes are shaped like this. Like, I don't know. I feel like you get what you get. All right, so from that, I can draw on my eyebrows. Huh. The usual tool that I use to draw my eyebrows isn't here. I'm not seeing it. Whatever. All right. So I take a little bit of black. And usually I just reverse the colors. So we're gonna follow kind of where I had marked with the concealer my eyeshadow. And that kind of makes it a little easier. I don't know if most of you probably weren't even here when I did it. So I can explain kind of the process. I feel like I do it every time. If you've ever watched a stream of mine, I kind of do it where I will trace an eyebrow with concealer for my eye. And it just kind of makes it easy for you to draw an eyebrow on. The only thing about that is you have to know the shape that you want, because actually I'm thinking about changing the shape and now I'm like, wow, I've already carved that in. So as long as you know the shape of the eyebrow you're going to get, you could do that. If not, and you're just like going to change your mind midway through, maybe you shouldn't do that. But I think I can finesse it. Because if not, I can just make it the shape that it was going to be. So I just want this end to be dark. I think I actually made it a little too dark for what I needed it, but whatever. If not, it's fine. Yay, yay, yay. All right. So I just keep the ends of my brows. Well, the fronts of my brows, sorry. And I draw on the ends. Yay. And the reason I think that I made it too dark is I wanted to make one pink and one purple, and I think I might have botched that opportunity up. Or not. Maybe. Well, you can't really tell. You can tell in real life, but you can't tell right here. I just need to pack it. It'll be fine. It just needs to have the essence that it is pink. And then we'll do the same to the other side, but purple. And this will be a little easier since purple is like kind of dark. Yes. All right. I think that's what I need to do. Is it turning? Is it doing it? All right, so I'm gonna put this dazzle shadow up. I was gonna put color down here, but I think I will just actually leave it be. But I will do this. You see how large my eyelash is then? That was weird. Yeah. There we go. All right, now we're down to the lip. What should we do? Do I still have a purple lipstick? I think I do. I guess we can go half and half again, huh? Where are you, though? I was like cleaning out my makeup the other day, and I feel like in doing that, I have completely lost everything. Oh, here we go. Beep, beep, beep. So we have Unlocked. I know the name. I think it's one Undefeated. Is this one Undefeated? I think it's Undefeated and this one's Unlocked. Yeah. So we use these bad boys. Yeah, you can barely see. All right. That's another thing. I wish my lips were even. And that's like something people don't really consider. Oh my god. Yeah, there we go. There you go. Maybe I should have done pink first. Alright. Yeah. Should have done purple first. I don't even like it. It doesn't look cool. No. I hate it, in fact, actually. I feel like I see it. I see people do half and half lips. It looks so cool on them, but it looks ridiculous on me. I don't like it. Maybe if I was like more, you know. This is fine. We can fix this. We're gonna do it the laziest way possible, though. All right. I feel like at work that was like always my calling card. Is I always had lipstick in my teeth. Always. Especially when I had my snaggle tooth. It was like especially. It would be right there. But this is a little egregious. Okay. Is this done? Are we done? We might be done. Are we finished? We might be finished. I look like something. I don't know. Add a little bit of highlight here. Yeah. We might be done. Yeah, just gotta put some holes on. Hour and 35 minutes? No problem. Me feeling like I'm talking like to myself? Awesome. There we go. We're done. We finished. It's over. Hopefully next time I can be more stable and figure out like how to work YouTube so that I can make this a thing and it can be a little bit more entertaining. Because you know, as a Leo, I do watch these back and I'm like, why did you do this? And this is horrible. And why do people want to watch you do these things? That's another reason why you don't get streams is because I just be like, who's gonna watch this crap? But yeah, that's why I crossed the bear. We're gonna deal with that. But yeah, so this is the end of the stream. I hope you like the look. It's kind of like a remix of the look I normally do, which is like a pink and purple look. It did kind of oxidize and make it a little purple, so you can't even really see that it's pink and purple. But I think if I take a picture, you will be able to see. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Bye.